color theory and balancing excess color. Evolutionary, there's nothing like it else out there. We have hyperpigmentation, I have broken capillaries, we can just keep going, breakouts, whatever. This totally will be neutralize that with a feather-light touch of color. It is able to travel through it and filter back out, and it just kind of balances. Like artwork, it gradually takes place as you go. You just trust the process, and at the end, you arrive. There's 3 things I need you to remember. Blue men playing with oranges. Blue and orange cancel each other. Eating grapes. Blue and purple cancel out each other. Christmas, red and green cancel out each other. Remember, if it's significant in color, no matter what it looks like to you, just say it's blue. Trust me, don't worry about if you don't see the color that I'm seeing. Don't sweat it. Sculpt first. Sculpt is contour, and I'm just going to accentuate my features, and at the same time, I'm going to neutralize anything there that I want to using these sculpts. Here are the sculpts. These are the neutrals. You will learn what's on your face, and it's just really cool. It's just really cool. Here I have hyperpigmentation. I have blue vein going in here. So I'm going to use 2 different sculpts. All right, so right in here, I want this, there are freckles and age spots in there. Those are typically green, and on me, because I'm fair skinned, they're blue-green. So I'm gonna use some red and orange sculpt together. You can do that. You can dab in one, making a red-orange, but you would never do orange and green. You gotta do ones that are next to each other. Don't worry about that. We'll talk about what that means. So I'm gonna use this small end, and I'm gonna take some red, and I'm gonna dab in the orange, a red orange. I could dab in just one and dab in the other and layer them, that's fine. So I'm just going to go right here underneath my cheekbone, and where I have that vein, see how that's just neutralizing that just a little bit, and it goes back here to my ear. And it happens gradually. It's not gonna be something, oh wow, did you see that? But at the end, I took a before picture so you can see. So here I'm using just a little bit of the orange right in here because I have some broken capillaries there in my cheek, which we would say they look red or purple. But since they stand out amongst everything else around it, I'm just gonna say it's blue. And so I'm adding a little orange to that. And see, now look at the difference of the 2 cheeks. See, it's really subtle, but yet has a lot of oomph to it. So I'm going to take a little bit of a violet sculpt, and I want to enhance my natural shadow. Do you see that taking place? I want to enhance my natural shadow just underneath that color. Yes, the same thing here, back here, just enhance my natural shadow. Takes such a feather light amount. These tins would literally last you over a year. See, look, you didn't realize what it was doing until actually I just trust the process. All right, touch it and go. So it's kind of gradually comes on you. It's like, wait a second. That's got some structure to it. All right, chin. A lot of us have a lot of color right here on my chin. So it is significantly, like you would say, red, but because it comes underneath the shadow, blue, right? Anything with significant color, what cancels blue is orange. So I'm gonna take just a little bit of the orange. And what it's gonna do is create this warm shadow and balance out the color. Oh yeah, I'm on the right track. All right, now I'm going to sculpt my nose. I do have a lot of redness. What would you say looks red is it's kind of a dull pink. So anything on your skin that's dull pink, that is just true red. Some of us think, okay, I have rosacea, they're bright pink and everything, that's a lot of red. Most likely that is just blue with some purple in it. So how do I know which one is red and what's purple and what's blue? Anything with significant color, blue. Then the next color would probably be some purple in it, and then the last color would probably be red, something that's really pink. Now if it has this very bright red, like a pimple or something like that, and it's really bright, then it's got some orange in it, okay? To use green sculpt, just a little bit of green sculpt because of pink nose, and it's just in spots, it's not all over. Just right there. And then when I get up here, it's very shadowy. Do you see that? So I'm going to balance that out with some orange. Anything with a shadow is orange. I mean blue, so I'm going to use orange. And see, that's too much. So I take this brush and I just soften it a little bit. Right, so here on the end, it's very purple. I mean, not purple. It's very blue. So I'm going to use a little bit of the orange. My forehead the same way. Definitely have some freckling up here, and I know it doesn't probably show up on the phone, but do you see all these blue? I have a lot of blue in my skin because I have black color. I'm very fair. So this is definitely a lot of blue. So I'm gonna do some red and orange mix. Red to take care of the green freckles. Anytime you have a freckle or an age spot, they're typically green or blue-green. And then I have the veins. So I'm just gonna lightly dab, let me show you. Taking a fluffy end of this brush, and there's my red and my orange. I'm just dabbing in both of them. And I'm just going to warm up my forehead and balance out the hyperpigmentation. Now look, just that one spot compared over here. And then if there's any veins that I see that kind of poke through, I will use my brush to take care of those veins. See, that's much more balanced. Oh my gosh, good stuff. So definitely veins go inside the temple. Most of us are very green right here. So I am just dabbing in the red in our sculpt. Why here? Why red? Because red and green cancel each other. Now look at that. See, I have veins over here, loss of color. All we're doing is balancing color. Okay, now I want to, right here I have some hyperpigmentation. Hyperpigmentation is blue-green, so I'm just going to use a touch of the red. I could even go a little deeper. I just want to balance out that. I'm going to use this same brush and use the sculpt on my eyes. All right, so there's so many versatile ways you could do the eyes. It's totally what you want to do. Idea is, okay, look, I have hyperpigmentation, so typically blue-green, so I would need a red and an orange to cancel it. Or if I want to have some color on the eyelids and use the Demi now, sometimes I just do my eyeshadows. I love my eyeshadows, but today I'm just going to demo some Demi on the eyes too. You can totally wear your eyeshadows with this. So remember, there's no rules. All right, so this right here is kind of muddy looking. See that? So muddy, thinks more green. So I want to enhance the green. Even though I'm going to neutralize this green right here, I want more green there for a color. So I'm gonna use this deeper green sculpt. It's a green sculpt +1, and I'm just going to enhance the green, build it, so I have some sculpt. I could do purple here. I've done the violet sculpt too, and it gives me more of a shadowy color. But I want some warmth here. So this green is taking some of that green that I have underneath and building it. Now look at that. Looks like I put on some, it just gives me a nice little shadow, a little more intense. I'm gonna do the same thing here. See how I'm just putting it on the brow bone and just giving out some structure. Now, I really want to deepen that corner a little bit. So definitely some blue, purple veins in there. So I want to play on that color and I want to build that purple. So I'm going to go to my purple sculpt. I call it purple sculpt, it's actually violet. And I'm gonna use the +1 and I'm just gonna enhance that shadow, that purple in my outer corner. So this, instead of looking like eyeshadow, it looks like my natural skin on my eyes. So if I wanted an eyeshadow look and play with my eyeshadows, I'm going to use eyeshadows. But if I just want it to look like bare skin with some actual natural structure to it, I do my Demi on my eyes. See that? I'm just playing on the purple that's on my eyelids. Now, you definitely, let me look in here again. All right, underneath the eye, I want to enhance that shadow right there because it's going to really open up my eye. Let me do that. So definitely, I'm going to just use some orange sculpt +1, and I'm using a little brush. And since it's kind of blue right there, I'm using orange to cancel it. It's not going to zero out any color because this is a neutral, but you can see it's balancing out. See the difference? See how much bigger this eye looks? And notice I'm not going up to the lash line. There's a little divot. Everybody has one right in there. It's kind of like I'm pushing it. Do y'all see? I'm gonna do the same. I have tattooing on my eyelid, so I just want a little bit of that warmth right there at the lash line all the way across. So I'm just gonna touch some of that orange. What you have to learn is not pay attention to every little detail on your face. I'm just balancing color. Here I'm using the purple again. Sometimes I use the, I tried out red the other day. That's how I know that this purple helps with some of the golden in my skin on my cheeks. That kind of gives me a loss of color. I have no color on my cheeks. It's just a bunch of freckles. Some of these ladies that I color match, they have red cheeks. All we have to do is like neutralize some of it right here, and they have these beautiful natural cheeks that have color in it. It's so pretty. I'm jealous. So I have to that's another reason why the violet works on me, because I don't have that color. So right here, where I have some broken capillaries, some shadowing because of large pores. Okay, there's another one. Here's large pores all in my cheeks, and they create shadows. So shadows, I always say shadows are blue. So I'm using some orange right there at my cheeks to help some of that. I'm really loving it. All right, now I've done sculpt, I've done cheek, now I'm going to do some editing. If you have any questions about Demi, be sure to let me know. I'll take an after and I'll share it. If you want to be color matched for either one, you can go to yes.altheamatchme.com or you can just message me. All right, thanks guys for being here. I appreciate you so much. Bye-bye.